Greetings, everyone. This is Kaiser. Your instructions for the day. We'll continue our sections on political and civic education. So, what we're going to talk about today is what is self determination. We're going to talk about this because this is one of the things that caused me 50 years ago to aspire to nationalistic thinking. And we talk about that at another time, what it means to be a national. What is self determination? I've asked people that question, and you know what they tell me? They always make it personal. They say, well, I can do what I want to do. That's not what it means. Self determination, which is part of the UN it's in the UN Charter. Self determination means self as a unit, as a people. Give you a good example. Complaining about the police, the community, the crime. Self determination says you have the right as a community to have your own community, have your own police force. So it amazes me how all these decades people are complaining about things that they don't like, and I agree they're horrible things, but there's a solution. And again, it begins with unity. You have to come together as a community, as a people, and say, this is what we want. We determine that, let's say, the schools are not safe for our children. So the solution is we're going to create our own schools. And don't say we don't have money. Don't say that, because that's not true. If a community can come together and buy jets for these ministers, these preachers, $1 billion jets, if you can buy that for preachers, you can come together and buy your school for your community. And not only that, you can run the school. You see, this DEI, Diversion, Inclusion, Equity, has opened the door for you again to do for yourself without anybody interfering. Like it was before integration, we had our own schools, we have lovely teachers. There was no such thing as not graduating from high school, not being able to read in college. Those things did not exist because we was the self-determined, and it was by design. Because some of the wise people on the other side of the street knew that we wouldn't be treated fairly in their schools. That's why they fought so hard to keep us out. We thought they was enemies. No, no, no. They was our friends. Because they knew you would not be accepted outside someone's community. If they didn't invite you in, if you're forced in by the government, what do you expect? You expect someone to open their hearts and arms to you if they're being forced to accept you? That's not even real. So the solution, people, to stop trying to force people to accept you and accept your own. That's the mantra of all self-determined people. To accept your own and be determined to do something for yourself, not as an individual, What can you do as an individual? You can come together as a unit with other like minded individuals. This is what intelligent people do. They don't go for centuries being oppressed and keep complaining to the oppressor. They come together as a community and say, okay, we have determined to do this for ourselves. And there's nothing wrong. You will get all the support you need when you determine, when you decide to do that. And you be respected because this is what civilized people do. Just look at it. What if you had your own communities and somebody want to force himself into your communities? Would you accept them? What would your thinking be? Oh, they want to take over what's mine. I did this. So stop forcing yourself, people, into other people to be accepted and accept your own and do for self. So that's the lesson for the day. Go back and listen to it until you got an understanding of it. This is what all civilized people do. They do for themselves. They don't beg other people to do for them. That's a slave. That's a slave mind. That's mental slavery. If you stuck in that idea, that's mental slavery. You're not physically slave, but you're still putting yourself in a dependent status, expecting somebody else have to treat you right. Treat yourself right. You won't need them. How about them apples? Okay, any questions in the chat? Okay, well, the idea of this lesson has been self-determination. This is in the UN Charter. And it's written in the hearts of men to do things as a family, as a community. We did it before we was forced to be integrated. We did it, all other people did, and we prospered. We didn't have the poverty now then as we have now. So let's get back to being a civilized people, a free people, because as long as you're depending on somebody else, you're a slave. If I have a community and you force yourself in, I'm not going to serve you. I'm gonna say, go get your own. Aren't you men like they can have? Can't you do what they did even better? Give an example. Look at the communities in Africa. They've been colonized for years. Now they're saying, we don't need your protection. We can protect ourselves. That's self-determination in action. Not needing somebody to give you a loan. The people are coming together and building what they need. So if you want more about what we're doing, join the private classes. Okay, that's it for now.